Set, ready. 10, touchdown. 54. Mike's 54. Here we go. Set,
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. He gets it left side to Johnson. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make
Johnson, it's poke free. Football's out. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Carson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Alert. Come on, team. He's coming. Double up. Hey, 0.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk 1st down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Run left. Me. I got this.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. This is Carson. The 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 15. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Wilson. The quick slant caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Let's go, let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. He was taken down by Cassius Marsh.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Murray on the sneak, and he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
It's our table. Hurry. 10, under 10, 10.
Now this time, Murray to throw it. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, man.
Throwing now is Murray. And this throw will be intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Gun.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A very solid gain of 27. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Carson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Murray going to throw. That's Isabella open on the right side. Touchdown, Cardinals! Andy Isabella with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wilson throwing again. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. First down carry here for Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Seahawks 22-yard line.
7-7, our score after 1. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11. On play action, it's Murray. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for. 3rd down here.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Fitzgerald's got it right side. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
40, good job right there. Good job right there. Check. Get in the way.
To throw is Wilson. To throw again. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
From the 39, Murray. Now he lets it go deep, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That goes for a gain of 31. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete. Jaron Brown, the intended target. And now it's second down.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
And this play a lot like the previous one, thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line.
March 43. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. 25. Check 25. Check 25. 6 guys. Hey, 0. Check safety.
On third down, Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Myers, the AFC's Pro Bowl kicker from a year ago. He was 6 out of 7 from 50-plus last year, and he converts another one here. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First out to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Ready. Get the flag. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. 64. Wait. Say. Tighten up.
Throwing again on second down. Murray, throw left side complete. It's Johnson. Before this season started, Johnson said this new offensive system would allow him to really be effective in the passing game. He actually likened it to 2016 when he had almost 900 receiving yards. He said one of his goals is to become the third player in league history to hit 1,000 yards rushing and receiving in the same season. They also noted that he's really comfortable in this scheme. It's like his college days at Northern Iowa when he was part of a team that based out of a shotgun with a running quarterback. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 49-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Touchdown, defense. Check three. 19. Alert.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He gets it to Brown, complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. Left side here, taken in by Metcalf. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what...
And he will score! Touchdown, Seattle! Ed Dixon, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Let's go, D. Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
I'm coming after you. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Andy Lee now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now it's Lockett. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get in the field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's caught right side, Dixon. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Penny, a first down carry. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They go play action now. Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Tackle made there by Robert Alford. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
43 is the mic. Check, 43. Let's go, B.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Watch the slant, Hey, watch set. Check, Mike, 50. Set up.
Second down, Murray sets to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Mike's 50.
On first and 10, here's Murray. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete. Charles Clay is tight in the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I got you.
Murray looks to throw again, second and 10. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Too little, Cupcake. Mike's right here.
Murray with a third and long. He's going to let this one go deep. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of fourth down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because third down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on first and 10. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Brings up second and 4 at the 14-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Now Murray throwing on second down. And his pass incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's a second and 2 now from the 33. Here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson. It's a loss of 2, now third down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On first down, Wilson. He's going deep for Brown, and that's caught inside the 30. He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 33 yards that time. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And we've got a dandy here. 1-point game as we begin the fourth. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 29-yard line.
Let's go double count right here, double count. Check. Lucky. He's checking. Crash. Back. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Slam. Gun.
From the gun, it's Wilson. This is caught. That one good for 26 and a first down. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Check curls. Look left. 43. Check. 43. Hey, zero.
Throwing is Wilson. This is caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way we do these.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike's 54. Watch the curve.
A big spot now for the rookie Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Markevius Mingo able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Andy Lee now. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Mike, ready? 43. Alert.
Wilson leaves this one with Penning. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
And this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
Run it. Stay still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
In your face.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. A lot of people felt Johnson was a little misused during what was a disappointing 2018. 940 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. Great for most, but not the season Johnson was hoping for. And he said this offseason, there are a lot of good running backs in the NFL, but I'm the best. And now he's trying to prove it, hoping to get back to the production that sent him to the Pro Bowl in 2016. That would certainly help his rookie quarterback. Throwing now is Murray. Buying time to his left. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner, coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check three.
Here's Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The Cardinals on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
In a 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it. It's Murray. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike's 50. Hey, what's the ball?
1st down, Murray. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Now Murray. Flushed out right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Get ready.
Wilson wants to throw it. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So the victory here for Seattle. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Seahawks,